Hello everyone. Today we have Mr. Mani Rajan, who is the Director Distribution, Asia Pacific, Caterpillar India Engineering Private Limited, Meena Chaturvedi, Vice Chairperson of Gainwell Group, and Chandrasekhar V, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of GMMCO Limited. Thank you, sir, for talking to B2B Purchase Magazine. It is good to see you all here at BOMACon Expo. So my first question to Mani sir and all of you is that could you tell us about your presence in BOMA and what kind of technologies are you showcasing here at the event?
So if I start today, basically the main focus today or the launch this time is around the always Caterpillar solutions, and around the Caterpillar solution, front ending with the customer as a focus. We launched two major solution projects, which is basically an CAT services commitment, which we wanted to make sure along with our dealer partners, how the dealer partners gets back to the customer, committed that our product meets service and uptime around that particular thing. That's a major focus. And it cannot be possible without a seamless connection on our digital solutions, which is we say that and critical app is called app basically to connect and make sure that we try to look at it from a best services, seamless connection. It's called CAT Central, and that CAT Central was the two products along with CAT Services, CAT Central. We launched it as a main focus of solution among the heroes of machine what it's standing in the ground. And around that is what we built in as a solutions to launch as a critical focus this time.
Can I expand on that? Caterpillar makes the best of products in the world, no doubt in that. It's world class. And so what we do as dealers is work very closely with the customers, understand their requirement in totality, rather than just being a equipment supplier, supply parts to upkeep the equipment. We understand the project in totality and try to work around the solution to the customer. We offer equipments on rental, we can buy back equipments, we can trade in equipments. Through Caterpillar Finance, we organize finance to the customer. Through the connected assets which we are selling, we help customer optimize project performance, increases profitability. So we naturally tend to become a consultant to the customer and start working with him very, very closely. So if you look at customers who buy CAT once through our dealerships, they start repeating, they stay with us because they understand that they are not like any other supplier who supply equipment and parts, but they care for us, understand our requirement and provide solutions. A project starts. When the project starts, there is a requirement of equipment which is minimal at the beginning. Then there is as the project progresses, then there is a peak requirement where the numbers are pretty high, and then the project tapers over a period of time. What we advise the customers, whatever is the base requirement you start buying, rest of the requirement we can rent to you out, and at the end of the project, suppose you don't have a project to continue with these equipments, we can buy back equipments from you, and then if required, we can even rebuild those equipments and fund those rebuilds for the next project also. And when he buys equipments, we even fund parts for the entire cycle. So when we go to a customer, we go with a complete solution. In addition to it, as he said, as Mr. Mani was saying, then these assets are all connected. They speak to each other. And we can gather a lot of data from the equipment through Vision Link. And when we gather those data, we look at the performance of these equipments, and all the data are available to our customers also. They know which equipment is doing what, how much is the running hours, how much is the idle hours, and how much is the productivity, what is the fuel consumption. So he is able to estimate the cost of the project also using the equipment. So he has a complete solution when he comes to Caterpillar and its dealers.
Meena ma'am, is this the same kind of SOP that you follow?
Absolutely. I mean, when we may be two different dealers of Caterpillar, but the same philosophy, the same guidelines we follow, and we are aiming at the same thing. And I think I agree with Chandra completely that we are no more restricting ourselves only to providing the best in technology products. Caterpillar has established that. In most segments, we are the best in the world and premium products. And the credibility of our equipment is now, I think, well established. We are moving a step beyond it to go and provide to our customers solutions for growth. These are integrated solutions which complete the circle, and a very important movement in this direction is to go digital. And this is what Mani said. Mani said that one of the highlights of this exhibition is that we are launching our digital application. If you want to provide the real-time service to your customer, most efficient, least cost solution to his problems or her problems, I think we have to go on digital platforms. And now we have introduced this year a very, very simplified application which will help him seek our service in the shortest possible time, in the most optimal and cost efficient manner, and also at the end of it, assess us and tell us whether it's satisfied or not. So we are collecting real time data, and our decisions and our customers' decisions in future are going to be based on data that is totally reliable and accurate.
That is great, Meena ma'am. So, Mani sir, my question to you is, one of the challenges that the industry faces is interpretation and analyzing of the data for applicable use. So, how do you address these issues?
So first thing is you rightly touched, we are a connected assets, we collect larger data, and then customers are very unique, right? You have a retail customer, there are a lot of segmentation. Retail customer, small core customer, medium and large customer. Their solution requirements are totally different. So you cannot fit and use one type to one customer to the other. So when we try to look at from an connected things, we have, if you look at Caterpillar, we are 1.5 million connected assets. So huge data, as you rightly said. Then we try to look at from a lot of data from a standpoint of connecting to the story of launch, how we wanted to commit to the customer on service responses and parts availability type of thing within 48 hours type of commitment. Small and retail customers are very small, right? When we try to partner along with them with that services commitment, if they sign and CVAs with us, which is called customized value agreements with us, what we try to commit to them is, you call us within 8 hours, we will give you a response. You have a problem, within 48 hours, we will fix. That's the power of the dealership, what we have. And along with that, we stand committed to that we'll fix, you make missions. That's for the retail thing. When you up them for 3 to 5 mission customers, it's called smaller core segment, medium core segment. So all the data we segment using for customer segmentation, try to provide a solutions using our condition monitoring, trying to use our vision link, Cat foresight type of technological solution, and segment the solutions for them to fit their shoes, fit that budget, and water them economically, winning the business. Thereby they continue to have loyalty with us, and they were partnering with us continuously. We want customer win, thereby we win. That's our approach.
What a customer buys equipment from us, he takes it to the project site to complete the project on time. Correct, that's what he wants to do. And the equipment, he wants the maximum availability of the equipment at the project site so that he can utilize the machine to the best extent and then come out of the project. So what we do, we have something called technical audit 1, where the P team goes there, inspects the machines. Then there is technical audit 2, where again it is all are digitized, that inspection carries. Then we have what is called as scheduled oil sampling. That is like a blood test. When you do a blood test, we know what is happening right and what is not happening right. Similarly, all the entire machine runs on oil, engine oil, hydraulic oil, gear oil, all that. We take those samples. We have scientists working in our labs. Each of us have different labs. There, those samples are tested, and we clearly know what is going right in the equipment, what is going wrong in the equipment, and then we find out, and then we'll be able to do predictive maintenance. And from all this, what we get is data through the vision link. All this gets into what is called as Cat foresight. From the Cat foresight, we have what is called as condition monitoring analyst. With all the data which is available digitally, we communicate to the customer what is going right with the machine, what is going wrong with the machine, when will we require the parts, when will we require the service engineer on the site. So end of the day, what we do is practice repair before failure. So the equipment uptime is very high. He utilizes the equipment to the best possible extent. So this is on the product support which we get.
Rightfully said, sir. One concern that I would like to ask is about the behavioral users, from the global characteristics users to Indian users, and it is very different. So do you have any interesting case studies regarding the analysis of these data?
The way we look at that is, we train the machine with the operators. I think Meena and Chandra do a lot of curriculum on the training. What we do as a Caterpillar guys is, we have a global technical divisions and global training centers. We train the trainers from them. We provide machine level training, system level training, solution training, and we encompass them like a university to make them upgraded. They have their own universities within them, like a skill centers and training centers. From there, they will try to get it back to the service. That's how we try to customize make them skilled, make them we have multiple levels and make them to be perfect. So most of them is more like we make smart iron machine, and we also make the people to be more smarter with the solutions what we have available. More like all the tools with how you want to approach. But probably I'll connect back to Chandra. Their universities, what they have in within, and how they develop people on to the route, how the operators are coming in, which helps us closer to 90 to 95% technically good. But the last 5% is what you are trying to look at it from me, where the data is helping us to say that, is this in the right direction? Is this intentionally done, or it has happened by that? But we also have a goodwill type thing. Customers are always is important for us. We make sure that we give them repeat training and don't repeat this. And in the process, we wanted to keep them with us and grow along with them. That's the intent. Customer grows, we grow. That's the intent. Probably the skills on
at the end of the day, one is we train our people a lot also, and then they are aware what can be done, what cannot be done. Then we have technology also, like a truck truck payload monitoring system. So that tells us how much load has the truck carried, like throughout its cycle. Is it overloaded? Is it underloaded? It is carrying the load. So we have data from technology also. Then we spend a lot of time working with the customer also, because customers, many times these technology are new to customers, and many of our other competitors, they don't care. A truck can be overloaded by 120%, 130%, they do it. But what happens to the customer when a truck gets overloaded? The life of the engine, life of transmission, life of other components, they all come down, his repair cost goes up. So what we do is we work with the customer to make him understand the benefits of doing things right. We tell him, use the machine, don't abuse the machine. CAT is great, wonderful product. It can withstand a bit of abuse, but if you abuse it too hard, that will also break down. So we work with the customer closely, make him understand the benefits, and then move forward.
What I feel is that it's very important for a company like Caterpillar to grow and to be sustainable, that its dealers are aligned to a particular philosophy, right? But it is also very important to be aligned to the philosophy of the region, the country they are working in. And today, India has a very big dichotomy that we have acute unemployment. At the same time, when we go out in the market looking for skilled labor, we don't have. The right kind of skills are not there at the right time. So I think all of us have pooled our resources. Caterpillar has helped us. We also put in our CSR money, and I'm very passionate about a project that we are doing as a dealer, where under the CSR project, we go to different regions of the country. We take help of an NGO, and they help us bring people, boys and girls from BPL families. We bring them to our state-of-art, centers for training, and a residential course is organized for 6 weeks to 8 weeks. And in this, there is a particular curriculum which has been devised by Caterpillar and the dealers jointly, and it's a very tough one. They have to go through the rigorous training, 60% of which is on the iron. That is, they will be able to touch, feel, and move the machines. And at the end of it, they have to undergo an exam. And when they qualify, we place them with our customers. Because our customers, as Chandra said, are always feeling this, that these machines are so sophisticated. They are the state-of-art machines, but there are not enough people who understand how to run these machines, And it is such a satisfying feeling that we know that our machines are in safe hands, our customers are served best, and at the same time, we are gainfully employing the use of the country and handing over to them a certificate which will empower them for life. And we've seen that all these people, they come out of poverty in an irreversible manner. They never have to go back there. And at the end of it, we have often seen them say that, yes, we have the confidence today, ma'am, that not a single member of my family or my village is ever going to go hungry. So that's the change we want to make as a dealer.
It is an interesting story, sir. So coming back to the ROI of Indian contractors, as you are educating the contractors about your lifespan of the machine and your way of conveying ROI, do you see any advancement or enhancement within the practices of mining contractors?
Absolutely. If you look at it, the projects are becoming larger. Projects are becoming complicated. Timelines in which the projects has to be completed is becoming shorter. correct, and the expectations on quality of completion is increasing. Of course, if you look at it from our lifespan, we may not agree to it and we'll say, oh, it's the things has to happen at a much faster pace. But when you look at the country's lifespan, it's all moving at the right pace. So with all this, as ma'am said, there is a shortage on skill set also. So when we use good equipment, complete solution to the customer, what we provide, use technology, train people, work with customer closely, then he starts understanding it. Then he starts working with us, and then the return on investment is better for him. At the end of the day, every business is to make money, correct? We has to make profit. If customers make profit, we then stay there. So one thing which we have in our armor, which many of the organizations don't have, is rebuilt. Like the equipments of Caterpillar are built to be rebuilt. So what we do after the first life is over, then we can rebuild these equipments, then we fund these equipments, we provide it with a warranty to the customer. So this is another option which the customer has. So when we provide all the solutions and then understand his real need, we tailor make solutions to the customer's requirement, because each customer is different, each requirement is different. So when we do that, then you become a customer partner rather than an equipment supplier. So
at one point, I just want, Caterpillar is very well known for sustainability solutions, right? So if you look at it, rebuild, Chandra's touched on it, built to rebuild, right? You have a base life of iron, or you have to produce second machine. So we are extending one more cycle of the life. And we also have a lot of recon, reman solution, which is basically the strength of the Caterpillar is along with our dealer partners. This basically we try to make our next generation to survive with all these things available. But coming with all these things, I wanted to come to the heroes of this bomber launches. The commitment what we wanted to give to the customer is, we are committed as partners, CAT Services commitment, that we stand by you with the solutions, and we are making digitally connected, thereby you can seamlessly interact and try to make sure all the solutions are enabling to be successful, along with my 360-degree solutions of machine, parts, all technological, digital, everything. Along with that, we also have a CAT Financial, which is our core strength actually. As one of the arms of Caterpillar, funding the mission, working along with customer to make it up.
Yeah, and
That's a big strength what we have.
Develop ROI schedules or trackers, not over 1 year or 2 years, for a lifetime, and also give them very accurate and reliable data on fuel saving, on productivity, efficiency, etc., based on
value selling tool what we have. We call them as value selling tool, which means
it's a premium over lifetime, the ROI, lifetime ROI that we are offering to them, and we help them build their own trackers for that and schedules before they buy it.
Adding to the concept that you have mentioned, sustainability is a rising need, and the new green equipment and electrical equipments are playing a huge role in the Indian market now. So how do you think the market is going to accept that?
see, like you are right, the entire technology is continuously evolving, right? There is hybrid electric, where like a truck can go down to using diesel. When it comes up, it uses electric. And there are battery operated vehicles which people are trying, hydrogen vehicles which people are trying. Everything is continuously evolving. Nothing can be said that this is finalized and this is it. But the main thing where you can contribute today is making equipments which are more fuel efficient. We have a 100-ton class excavator. This consumes something like 20% less fuel than any other competitor. That is the first step. Make equipments and engines which consume less fuel, and you work on technology, because technology comes with a cost. Correct? The projects are taken by the customers at a very competitive price, and then they also need to make money, and then the technology should be adaptable to that particular country. So it involves a lot of factors. It's not only the equipment and the technology, but the entire ecosystem, whether it's useful or not. So what I say is, first thing what we do as Caterpillar and dealers is to give customers equipments which are fuel efficient. That's the first step, and then things happen.
Moving to electric.
Then all these things are going on. Electric trucks, then battery operated trucks, then innovation on hydrogen as a fuel. So all these things are going on. But first thing, do the basics right? Basics right, and then you progress. As the country progresses, all these innovations will come in. And then another thing is extending the life of the equipment. That itself is very important, right? Like you have an equipment today, then if you are extending the life of that equipment, and if the equipment is used for a longer period of time, that itself is contributing to the environment. Otherwise, correct.
I'll add one thing which Caterpillar was very front-ending on your talk on emission carbon. You saw a lot of launches on emission today, but Caterpillar is the only stall which had an emission launch at least 18 to 24 months before, which government is asking BS5. Backhoe's machine is, we are serving almost 2000 plus machines in the country now with emission 5 standards, which we are front-ending. We are already given to customer. We have a couple of machines crossed several thousand hours, which is successfully working. And we have other machines like motor grader, which is already done with them. So we are front-ending and we are not looking at the cutoff date. Rather, we wanted society for next generation to come in. And we looked at from the launch of the industry scenarios and things. I think fuel is our strength of the engine, which Caterpillar engine solution. And we are making to look at that as a first one. And all the solutions, whatever you brought up, that solutions are available, but how the market is going to look at it, how the country is looking at, that's how we want it. It's at the end of the
We
customer.
will always be ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
That I can tell.
And as a dealer, my experience is, I'm sure Chandra will share this, that there are two misconceptions. A, that green technology is always more expensive. It is not. In the long run, it turns out to be a cheaper solution. And as a student of economics, I can vouch for it. And as a dealer who has dealt with it, because as Mani and Chandra say, Caterpillar has always been ahead of time in terms of green technology, and it has paid off. Two, that Indian customer is not ready for this change. I think this is also a huge misconception. In energy and transportation, our movement from diesel to
Yes.
gas, it's been one of the most successful movement, and the kind of enthusiasm and the kind of response that we get from customers bears testimony to the fact that the customer is ready. He's ready to pay, or she's ready to pay, even if it costs a little more. She's ready to pay for a fresher environment for the next year.
When it comes to autonomous machine, do you think the Indian market is ready for it when it comes to mining, which has a very dangerous site place?
I'll take that question from an overall readiness. There are a lot of discussions going on within the mining sector or how the infrastructure can be looked at it. But if I take a global picture, the solutions are already ready and we have deployed in many other countries where the requirements are already set in. But it's a parallel lift, right? The systems and solutions need to lift, and that then we can bring all the things. We wanted to deploy this with, like what Chandra earlier pointed out, without the infrastructure, it won't operate. So it need to go simultaneous, and around the simultaneous thing, things will evolve. And we are almost ready, and we've been always there having a solution. It's only a timing, and it's always adaptive. Country is always adaptive, and it's a matter of time how we wanted to look at it and how the regulations need to come in. And we launched 18 to 24 months before the BS5, so we are almost there. Yeah. So from a mine side standpoint, it's evolving. Lot of discussions happening, but if you want tomorrow to do, we have to wait and watch how the things.
So one thing I've noticed is that your business model is different compared to the other players. What do you do to maintain this harmony, and what philosophy that you follow for that?
We have a global model, and around the global model, if you talk about it, our winning recipe is that basically we just connect it more from a very independent dealership business model, and we thrive them to be successful around that, and we guide them around like how we want to look at. They are front-end customer facing. They are independent business model. We handhold them, try to look at it, how the solutions need to go front-ending customer on all the processes and discipline. We have a lot of mechanism around that. That makes, we have 1 year dealer and we have 100-year-old dealers. Our marriage is, if I put it in very layman thing, its marriages are looked at for a longer time. We are not here for smaller dealership to work this year, next year, we don't know. It's more to look at, because that is giving loyalty for customer that they are in the system, and between both the dealership, we're like 4,000 to 5,000 people. Caterpillar is 7,000, and we are here for longer stay. And we have almost like 12,000 people around the country. That gives customer confidence, right? The company is 50 years in India manufacturing. The dealers are like TL with the GCPL is 80 plus and Gemco is 50 plus. So that's the long history.
And I have one point. We all strongly believe that we rise or fall as a team together, not as individuals. And we also strongly believe we are here to build a better world for our future generations to live. When we believe in these philosophies, then we always work together.